10 years ago, a game dropped into our hard drives that changed the zombie survival genre forever. It wasn't just about surviving the undead anymore. It was about climbing, sprinting, drop kicking, ziplining, crafting, and doing it all with a sunset on your back and a pipe wrench in your hand. This game was Dying Light. Welcome back to the channel, folks. Today we're celebrating the 10th year anniversary of Dying Light, Techland's 2015 open world zombie parkour masterpiece. In a world where games come and go faster than the viral memes, Dying Light has done something special. It stuck around. And not only did it survive, it aged like a fine wine. The gameplay, still fun. The story, still surprisingly emotional. The graphics, still beautiful, even by today's standards. So in this video, we're going to take a full deep dive looking back at what made Dying Light stand out in 2015, how it's held up for the last 10 years, and why it's still worth playing today. We'll talk about the highs, lows, the evolution of the game, and everything in between. Whether you were there from the day one, or just discovered it recently, this is your ultimate retrospective. In 2015, the zombie genre was quite frankly oversaturated. You had DayZ, State of Decay, Dead Island, Left 4 Dead, The Walking Dead. It was starting to feel like every developer was just slapping zombies into their games like hot sauce. But then Dying Light appeared. Dying Light wasn't trying to be just another zombie game. It wanted to redefine the genre. Developed by Techland, the minds behind Dead Island, this was their chance to fix the mistakes of the past and take things to the next level. And oh boy, did they. They built the fictional city of Harran, a decaying Middle Eastern metropolis that had become a quarantine war zone of infection, civil unrest, and desperation. You play as Kyle Crane, a GRE agent sent into the city under pretense of finding a rogue political figure. But from the moment your feet touch the ground, nothing goes as planned. And that's the beauty of it. It's not just about killing zombies, it's about surviving, using your body, your mind, and your surroundings to stay alive. The game world is unforgiving, violent, and surprisingly human. Let's get one thing straight. If there's one element that truly sets Dying Light apart, it's the movement. In 2015, parkour in video games wasn't new. We had Mirror's Edge, Assassin's Creed, and even Titanfall. But Dying Light took it to a whole new level. You weren't just climbing for fun, you were climbing for survival. You were running, leaping, clambering up walls, vaulting over fences, swinging from cables, and yes, drop-kicking zombies off rooftops like a WWE champion. The first-person perspective made it all feel real, fast, and terrifying. Suddenly, rooftops became safe havens. Getting stuck on the ground was a death sentence, and when the sun started to set, you didn't walk, you ran. Because that's when the real monsters came out. Dying Light made traversal part of the tension. Every moment mattered. Plus, as you leveled up, the parkour became smoother and more badass. By the end game, you felt like a post-apocalyptic ninja. And that's not an exaggeration at all. The world of Dying Light is one of the most immersive game environments ever created. Period. Harran isn't just a backdrop. It's a character. It breathes, it rots, it screams. From the graffiti-covered slums to the crowded refugee zones to the more affluent and equally terrifying Old Town, every corner of the map tells a story. Techland nailed the atmosphere. The sound design is brilliant. You can hear distant groans, glass shattering, the hum of the infected behind doors, or the eerie quiet just before Volatile appears. The music too is sparse and haunting. growing tenser with every passing minute of daylight. Let's talk about the day-night cycle. During the day, the infected are manageable, slow, dumb, and easy to dodge. But when night falls, the volatiles come out. Fast, deadly, relentless. They hunt you, and the game doesn't hold your hand. It tells you to survive or die trying. Few games make Nightfall feel like a legitimate horror event. Dying Light pulled it off flawlessly. The combat in Dying Light is heavy, brutal, and personal. You're not a super soldier. You're not John Wick. You're a guy with a rusty pipe trying to survive. And that's what makes it satisfying. Every swing feels like it matters. Heads crack, limbs break, zombies fall apart in glorious, disgusting detail. And when you start crafting, ooh boy, suddenly your wrench has electricity, your machete is on fire, you're setting traps, throwing ninja stars, dropping exploding barrels off rooftops. The crafting system made scavenging fun. You weren't just looting, you were hunting for possibilities. The battery or that blade, that's a new weapon mod. That's a bottle of alcohol. That's a Molotov cocktail. Those nails and duct tape say hello to DIY spike bats. From the throwing knives to the UV flashlights to good old fashioned fists, Dying Light gives you an arsenal built from desperation. And that makes it more rewarding. To the story, let's give some credit where it's due. The story of Dying Light is often overlooked, but it's better than people remember. Kyle Crane isn't a blank slate. He starts off a loyal operative, but over time he sees how broken the system is. He builds real relationships. He makes hard choices, and eventually he decides to fight for the people, not the organisation that sent him. The supporting cast is solid. Jade is brave, smart, and tragic. Rahim is cocky, reckless, but has heart. Brecken is a weary leader, trying to hold everyone together. And then there's Rice, one of the most hateable villains in gaming. The guy is brutal, calculating, and memorable. The story isn't about saving the world, it's about saving what's left of it. It's about sacrifice, corruption, trust, and redemption. And by the end of the game, when you finally face Rice and make your choice, you really feel it. It might not be Shakespearean, but it's honest. And in game filled like chaos, that emotional grounding goes a long, long way. Let's talk about something that's truly sets Dying Light apart from the other games. Techland's support. They didn't just release a game and disappear. They stuck around for many, many years. Multiple updates, free content drops, fan events, bug fixes, community challenges, and crossover packs. And also the release of Dying Light 2, which they're still updating to this day. And then came the following. This expansion was massive. It introduced a whole new countryside map, off-road driving with customizable buggies, new enemies, new storylines, and a cult-based mystery that added even more depth to the world. The buggies, by the way, were just awesome, running over zombies in a Mad Max style death car. That was worth the price of admission alone. Even 5 years after launch, they were still adding new content, Hell Raid mode, community events, seasonal skins, and more. Techland treated their fans with respect, and it paid off. The game maintained a strong player base and community even up to the release of its sequel. A few devs go that hard, and the fans will never forget. Of course, we have to mention a few of the rough edges, because it wasn't a 10 out of 10 game. It wouldn't be honest retrospect without looking at some of the negatives, so let's get into it. Dying Light had a fair share of a few problems at launch. It was rough on performance. Some PC users had frame drops, human AI could be downright brain dead, and a few side quests were repetitive fetch missions. Voice acting, while generally solid, had a few cringe moments and bugs. Yeah, there were bugs, zombies spawning in weird spots, like with all games, physics glitches, sometimes even soft locks, but most of it patched and the game steadily improved over time. And honestly, these issues never outweighed the good. If anything, they were part of the charm. Dying Light always felt a little rough around the edges, but that roughness added to its personality. It wasn't over polished or corporate, it just felt real. It's wild to think that 10 years later, Dying Light is still talked about, still played, still loved. I bought it again on my other account and I think I paid $6 for it, so it's definitely worth the $6 and it's on sale at the moment. So that's not just because of the nostalgia, it's because the game was built to last. It set a bar that zombie games still try to reach. The parkour system, still unmatched. The day-night cycle still terrifying, and the combat, still crunchy and satisfying. Dying Light didn't just influence other games, it influenced players. It reminded us what great single-player experiences still could feel like, with the multitude of multiplayer games that everyone plays. It gave us co-op nights filled with laughter, chaos, and some of the most memorable zombie kills in gaming history. And it earned the rare title of a cult classic. If you go through the Steam reviews, you can see what I mean by thousands and thousands of positive reviews. A game that didn't just survive the years, but grew stronger with time. So here we are, a full decade later, and the Dying Light series still shines. If you've never played it, now is the perfect time. If you played it in 2015, maybe it's time to reinstall it and fall in love again. There's nothing quite like running around the rooftops of Harran, sun setting in the distance, baseball bat in hand, and a horde right on your tail. This wasn't just another zombie game, it was a zombie game, gave us freedom, the fear, unforgettable moments, and no matter how far gaming has come, Dying Light will always be that one game that got it all just right. Happy 10th year anniversary, Dying Light. You didn't just survive, you thrived. If you enjoyed this look back, give the video a like, hit the subscribe button for more gaming retrospectives, and drop a comment below with your favourite Dying Light memory, or Dying Light 2. There's The Beast update coming up soon, so I'll give that a video soon. So whether it was your first volatile chase or craziest weapon build, or just that one perfect drop kick, we wanted to hear about it. So thank you so much for watching. Stay safe out there, and remember, when the sun goes down, good luck. We'll see you all guys in the next video. Bye bye.